Hey there guys, so last night I went to see Captain Marvel, the superhero film that tells the story, the origins of Captain Marvel, aka Carol Danvers, and this film also takes place in the 90s, which is kind of the prequel to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, along with Captain America the First Avenger. Now with every Marvel movie, with each one, there's always that certain element that really makes the film stand out from the rest. And whenever I rank Marvel movies, that's when it comes really hard. When I think of Thor Ragnarok, I think of Taika Waititi's excellent style of comedy. When I think of Spider-Man Homecoming, I think of Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, excellently played by Michael Keaton. I gotta say, it's the Stan Lee tribute. I'm talking about the two things, at the beginning when we see the homage of his cameos, which was fairly nicely handled, till we get to see his main cameo on the train reading the Mallrats script, which I thought that was really nicely handled. Judging the film by its own merits, I thought it was kind of meh. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed Captain Marvel, but it's definitely not in my top 10 Marvel films, but it would be lucky to be in the top 15. Let's just start with the negatives, shall we? Well, the film has problems that really drag it down for me, that makes it like one of the weaker Marvel movies for me. I mean, first of all, the film does have some plot holes. There were times I was like, what's going on? How did this happen? Like, how did this Tesseract came to be? And what's the story with the Kree scientists? The film is kind of a slow burner. I mean, the first two acts alone, at times I was kind of bored. The film is mostly exploration for me. But when you get to the third act of the film, that's when it really kicked into gear. That's what I came to watch. Brie Larson really captured and nailed the character of Captain Marvel, aka Carol Danvers, and rightfully so, since she is an award-winning actress thanks to Room back in 2016. It was nice to see a younger and naive take on Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, and the CGI work on him was just incredible. Ben Mendelsohn as Talos was surprisingly likeable, since I didn't really have high expectations because, Marvel movie villains are kind of hit and miss, but I think Ben Mendelsohn is kind of one of the better ones. I really like what they did with the Skrulls in this movie. The action is quite solid, at times it is fun to watch, and for a film that takes place in the 90s, they really captured that 90s tone and style to it, and I was quite impressed with that. Overall, Captain Marvel is a welcome addition to the MCU, but judging it as an all-rounded movie, I would say 50% of it is kind of good/solid, and the other 50% is kind of meh. And that's kind of disappointing to say since this is a Marvel movie, but since this does play an important part in the MCU, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. At the end of the day, it all comes down to direction, and I didn't really understand what Anna Bowen and Ryan Fleck were trying to do with this. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Go like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, what did you think of Captain Marvel, and where would you rank it with the other Marvel movies? Go check out my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram page. You guys are awesome. I got your back.